third from the top, and really a tremendous opportunity for Mike Malott. He takes his 9-1-1 record meet in this one against Adam Fugitt, who is 9-3, and he himself is also coming off a nice win most recently. He took out Yusaku Kinoshita, and that guy's not any good, but it was still a nice finish for Fugitt and a good rebound for him because prior to that he lost to Mike Morales, and it was late in the third round, and it was a fight where Morales kind of dominated, but Morales is a young, hyped-up prospect with a lot of potential, maybe even future champ potential, so no real shame in that one. And then he was coming off a nice win from the LFA against Solomon Renfro, and he got that done in 43 seconds, so Fugitt's guy is pretty well-rounded. He can do a little bit of everything. I wouldn't say he really dominates any aspect, but he doesn't have any glaring deficiencies as well. But he's taking on Malott, who is riding himself a nice 5-fight win streak. He's 2-0 in the UFC, both finishes. Most recently, he took out Johan Lamas, and that was an easy performance of the night. First round finish for him there, and Johan isn't great, and neither is Mickey Gall, who Malott smoked before that. But either way, two easy work first round finishes, and you just like what you see from this kid, and the UFC must like what they see as well, because this is a huge pay-per-view. The return to Canada, they haven't been there in forever, and Mike Malott is third from the top, ready to fight in front of his hometown crowd. So what are your thoughts on this one? Is this a perfect layup opportunity for Malott to smoke Fugitt, or do you think that he's going to crumble under the big lights and he's simply not ready for the moment? Who are you taking?
Yeah, no, this is an interesting fight, a proper fight, I guess you could say. And the Canadian boy is coming in at -200, and I like the odds. I like his finishing aspect, and I like that it's in his home country. He could choke. Sometimes people crumble. Look at Derek Lewis and his hometown. So home country, we'll see how he performs. But I gotta take the proper boy, Mike, and he's gonna win by KO.
Yeah, I was interested to see if you were going to go KO, sub, or decision, because Malott seems like a guy who can probably do all of it, right? He's doesn't only has 10 professional fights, but he's picking up wins in all sorts of different ways, except decision. So there is a little bit of base for the decision. Fugitt, though, has been difficult to finish. So any chance that this thing goes the distance, or are you pretty bullish on Malott getting an easy work early and often finish?
Yeah, I think he should get it done. I don't think this fight goes the distance. If it does, that'll blow my mind. But I think he gets it done in the first round, maybe second, but most likely the first.
Yeah, I buy that. I just hope that it's not, like, to your point, like a Derek Lewis type situation where, Chael Sonnen says there's no such thing as home court advantage in MMA, and sometimes the pressure can get to these guys, but you never know. He seems pretty amped up during the press conference today and throughout the media, even in the sneak peeks and the embeddeds that he got in there. Like, he seems ready to roll. He seems like he's at least telling us that this is the opportunity he's been waiting for. So whether or not he capitalizes is in his hands on Saturday, but I'm going to roll through me. I'm going to take Mike Malott to get this one done. I think he's just going to be a little bit more well-rounded, definitely faster, and probably possessing way more pop and power. And as a result, I could see Fugitt going down early and often. That Mike Malott KO cashes, but maybe it goes the distance, and Malott's going to finally have to dig deep, because one thing that, he's getting these early and often finishes, but what happens if he doesn't win in the first minute? What happens if he doesn't win the first 5? What does this fight look like in the third round, where a guy like Fugitt has a lot of grit? Should be fun to watch for sure, but I'm going to roll the Malott hype train to keep this one going, keep it on the tracks, and I'll go Malott by finish. So, any last thoughts?
No, I love that, and yeah, 100% agree. It should be interesting. And throw in the comments who you taking. You taking the proper Mike or Adam?